Good morning. Day 20 on the Camino. It's a little after 7 and I'm getting started for a pretty big day. I'm going to do, sky back there looks pretty. Just over 20 miles today. But what's exciting is I'll be going over the highest point on the Camino. So I've got like 13 miles, I think, to a town called Fonsaban. And then it gets real steep after that, up over the top and down the other side to a town called Acebo. So that's the game plan. It's a little chilly out, but it's supposed to warm up, so I just have my one hiking shirt on. I have my other hiking hoodie in the back. It might get chilly when I get up on the top, but there's some pilgrims up there. All right, you know what? Let's do the would you rather right now since it's bright enough. Today's would you rather. Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere in the world or speak any language in the world? Think about that, and I will let you know what I think later. See ya. All right, there's the mountains out in the distance there. Sun's just starting to hit the top of them. We're coming into the first little town, Santa Catalina de Somoza. I think de Somoza is under the mountain or sub-mountain. So I don't know where we're going. I don't think we're going over that big of a mountain out there. We are going over, the highest point on the trail is 4,900 and some odd feet. And then a little past there, there's a side trail. You can go up to another peak that's like 5,035. So depending on the weather, I might do that little side trail if it's clear and you get a view. Just to bag a 5,000 foot peak, which would be cool. But oh man, the sun is coming out a little greater up there on the top of that mountain. There's just a couple of pilgrims ahead of me that I've been kind of tailing since I left Murias. They're getting pictures in front of some kind of arch right here. All right, see you in a bit. Well, this is one of the cooler walkways into a town. Got this little stone wall on either side and brick pavers, and you're walking right up to like a steeple. Really pretty. It's gonna be too early for Santa Catalina to be open. Plus I had a big breakfast, not big breakfast, I had breakfast at my hostel. I'll have to tell you about that a little later. I had the best dinner I think I've had on trail last night, but let's get through here. I'll tell you about that in a bit. All right, a couple of cows out in the morning. I can hear them over there. They're making a lot of noise. And there's the mountain again. You're probably sick of seeing that, but I just love it. It is so awesome. Well, cows are happy. Maybe not. All right. All right, so I'm 5 miles in, coming to a town called Elanso. According to the guidebook, it's a bit of a dying town, but in the last year or two, a couple years, somebody opened up a cafe called the Cowboy Bar, trying to get some more business going here. And then an albergue opened up, I think it's called something like El Tipi, and if you want, you can sleep in a teepee. I have no idea. I guess maybe the Cowboy Bar was here, and so somebody came up with the idea of cowboys and Indians. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what's going on in this little hamlet. There's the mountain again, looking even better as the sun shines on it some more. And look right here, 250 kilometers, 250.7 to Santiago. Let's go. Coming into Rabinol del Camino. I'm gonna stop here and get some coffee. Maybe I'll show you a little more of Rabinol while I'm cutting through and tell you about my dinner last night. I forgot about that. So the albergue Casa Flor looks like it has its own dining room, but they weren't serving dinner. And then out back is another restaurant, business, I don't know, kind of connected. They were serving pilgrim dinner, so I signed up for that. I think there was only one other couple staying at the albergue. It's kind of like fun to stay in these little towns because, you know, you're not a crowd scene, mob scene. But when I got to dinner, I was the only one there. And it's run by this lady, Alana. She's Italian. I think she lives in Spain, obviously, now. But I met her, her mom, who was sitting there watching the news about the Pope. And dinner was just fantastic. I had penny pasta with a meat sauce as an appetizer, a big huge bowl of that. It was delicious. Then it was a chicken and a puff pastry. For some reason I expected like a pot pie, but it was more like a chicken cordon bleu, like a breast of chicken with a little ham, little cheese, baked with a puff pastry around it. It was just delicious. And they were as nice as nice could be. So really enjoyed meeting them, hanging out, talking to them. The mother's English was very broken, but Ilana's English was good. And it was fun. Pop a picture of them up there. And I think I'm almost done with the Rabinol. So off we go. All right, 13 miles in, entering Fontsabon. I'm gonna stop here, rest my legs a little, try and find a Coca-Cola Zero, and then push on up over highest point on the Camino. This looks like a good spot for Coca-Cola Zero. Coming up on the Iron Cross before you get to the highest point on the Camino. If you saw the movie The Way, this is where pilgrims leave a rock, say a little prayer. People are getting their picture taken. I didn't bring a rock from home, but I picked one up along the way, so I will drop it off. And yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Away we go. Hello, hello. I think I just crossed over the highest point on the Camino. There's not really a marker past that cross, which is kind of interesting to me. I know the cross is just before that, but there's another spot a little further up here where there's a side trail. So the highest point here is 4,920 feet above sea level. There's a spot up here somewhere. There's a little side trail you can go off and go up to 5,032, I think it is. So the weather's nice. I'm making good time. So we'll see how I feel when I get there. Maybe do that little side trail, get up to the 5,000 peak. But I was just thinking about when I hit the cross back there, it reminded me of when I went to Katahdin last year and finished the Appalachian Trail. It was kind of weird. Like, it definitely got emotional, but I got emotional like 100 yards away like when it was in sight. And you know, everything comes rushing in, and you think about your family members that you wish were still here that you could talk to about it and stuff. And then when you get there, you know, when I got there, those 4 guys showed up on the bicycles, and they were loud and obnoxious. And when I got to Katahdin, there was like 20 teenage boys sitting around the sign, and it's a little anticlimactic. Like the wave of emotion overcomes you before you get to it, and then you get to it and you take the pictures and you do all that stuff. And it was just very reminiscent of that, which was kind of interesting to me. You know, some people get to spots and I guess don't have a reverence for them, and they're just there to snap a picture and go, or hang around and be loud. But it was good. Felt good to cross paths there. And yeah, now I'm mostly, well, a little downhill. Then I think we're going through what's called a little col until we get to that next little potential peak. So let's keep pressing on and see about the 5,000 foot mark. Well, this definitely feels like a day on the AT, a lot more than it has, because now I'm passing through an impassable muddy water area. There's been a bunch of these. There's a lot of water coming off of the mountain, and the trail has been a muddy mess. So we're gonna try and get across that little wooden makeshift bridge, trying to stay as dry as possible, and through that mud over there, and wish me luck. Success. Made it. Got my right foot a little wet, but not bad. Here's some more of the amazing view. Yeah, this is like hiking on a trail on a ridge somewhere down in North Carolina. Loving it. Well, I just walked up a side path, which I thought was going to the highest point, which I figured this radio tower was on. But now there's this old facility here with 2 barbed wire fences, and I'm not an expert on anything, but I would say this looks like some kind of a prison. The way there's a walkway between these 2. It almost looks like there's a doghouse over there that they would have guard dogs. I don't know what this is. It's nothing mentioned in the guidebook. All right, back to this. There's a little trail that there's a side trail to the side trail, and I took this second side trail up to this fence. I'm gonna go back down here to this first side trail and see if it keeps going around the back of this thing. Figure out what's up here. But it's a spectacular view, that's for sure. Well, I walked around to the back of that facility, whatever it is. I think down there in the valley, I think that's Ponferrada, which is the town I'll pass tomorrow. I think we're gonna walk our way down through those mountains and then get down there. But I don't really see a trail. I mean, this isn't much of a trail right here to find my way back to the Camino, which is over here. So I'm gonna turn around, walk back down the side trail I came up. It's kind of mushy here. Yeah, there's some kind of facility over here. I'm gonna have to do a little research, figure out what that is. It's long since abandoned. There's a fire cut or a utility road that goes down that way, but that's not where I have to go. So, a little side exploration. Feeling it today. So I'm out doing some real hiking. Liking it. See ya. This really is kind of the most amazing day so far on the Camino. It's just, the weather's been great. The views are just incredible. There's just snow-capped mountains as far as I can see. It is just, that right down there is Ponteferrada, something like that. That's where I'm going to be tomorrow. Saw that earlier. This is just amazing. I am just loving today. Everything about it. Oh my God, look at that out there. All right, let's keep moving. All right, I'm over 20 miles in, probably getting close to 21. And there is El Acebo. It's a very little town. There's a couple of hostels there, and I got a reservation at one of them. So let's go find it. And let me give you the would you rather while I'm heading down into the town. Despite how much fun I've had today hiking, the would you rather is, would you rather be able to speak any language in the world or have the ability to teleport? I am 100% team teleport. Beam me up, Scotty. It would help me travel to places that I could then go hike. I could get to a lot of places quicker and then go do the fun things I want to do rather than be stuck in traffic or have to fight through airports and stuff like that. So that's what I am going with, and I will see you guys tomorrow.